is Julie Samuelson. I was diagnosed 25 years ago at age 23, so you can do some math. I've been...
That was a year ago?
Yeah, more or less. Exactly. I've got my crack math team here on this. So I've been through what it's like to be newly diagnosed, a patient in my 20s, my 30s, my 40s, and along the way I saw a therapist who helped me come to terms with some of the things that I was dealing with in terms of marriage, whether to have kids, work, how to talk to people around me, including my family and friends. And ultimately, I decided to switch careers out of business and move into becoming a psychotherapist myself and working with people who have chronic illness, and more specifically lupus. So I just wanted to introduce myself and let you know that I'm really glad you're here, because along the way I found that there's a lot of benefit to connecting with people, whether it's here in person, as you all have done, or whether it's through support groups or on the phone, or just talking to friends and family. I'll pass along.
Good afternoon. My name is Sarah Gorman, and I'm the author of Despite Lupus, How to Live Well with a Chronic Illness, which is a book that you might have seen out there. I'm also a small business owner. We have a company that manufactures stylish fabric bags, pill organizers, that are designed to take the place of those ugly plastic pill boxes that I hated so much when I was first diagnosed with lupus. I was diagnosed when I was 26 years old, and that is just about 15 years ago. If you can believe it, I had been married just 6 weeks when I was diagnosed. So you can imagine how difficult that was to work into the life of newlyweds. Lupus was not welcomed, and it took us a while to figure out how we were all three of us were going to deal and cope. My first symptoms, I'll tell you a little bit about my symptoms. My first symptom was chest pain that I felt in my back and side. And I went to my primary care physician. She diagnosed me with a pulled muscle and sent me home with some Tylenol. So how many of you have been misdiagnosed before getting a diagnosis of lupus? Yeah, so pretty typical.
Here, hold on. We can ask the doctors. How many of you have made a mistaken diagnosis? Sorry.
So I gave her another chance. So over the course of the next 2 weeks, I developed significantly more chest pain, so much so I could barely take a shallow breath. I added fever, swollen glands, sore throat, an achiness all over that I really couldn't describe, and joint swelling. So I went back to my primary care and insisted on some x-rays. She did a chest x-ray and she found pleural effusion, which is fluid around the lining of your lungs. She immediately apologized and sent me to a pulmonologist, who then referred me to a rheumatologist, and I was diagnosed within about 6 weeks of those symptoms coming on. So that doesn't happen very often. Most people wait months, right, if not years, before a diagnosis. So I consider myself really lucky to have gotten a quick diagnosis. I will say the problem with that was that because those symptoms came on so quickly, I expected them to go away just as quickly. I really had no concept of a chronic illness or something that I would have to manage for the rest of my life, something that I would be dependent on for daily medication. So that was a huge, huge adjustment for me. I went on to have kidney involvement and pancreas involvement. I've had blood transfusions because of severe anemia. I've lost my hair a couple times. I've been on lots of different kinds of medication. Right now I'm on Cellcept, among other things, and it is working wonders, which I'm very happy about. I've worked really hard to become stable and healthy and strong, and I've made a lot of lifestyle accommodations that I'm happy to talk about at length. Years ago, I didn't think I was going to be able to have children because lupus was just not permitting me to get back to that stable point. But today, I'm the proud mother of a 5-year-old and a 7-year-old, my little miracle babies, and I'm very proud of how hard I've worked to get lupus under control, and I've worked hard with my doctor, and I look forward to sharing more details as the event goes on.
Good afternoon. My name is Lorena Lewis, and I am the owner of a wellness company called Utopia Wellness Health Coaching. And I am absolutely honored to be here with you all. For me, it's extremely important to be able to share my story. I am a third-generation lupus patient. I also have a mother who's actually sitting right there in the purple coat, and who's been living with lupus for over 20 years. And my grandmother also had lupus. I was diagnosed at 18 years old. I would say for me, it's been a journey of, lupus has been a spiritual journey for me, because it has created a lot of different things in me that I know as far as my character, my personality, and the way I value my life, and being connected with people that I love would probably have not been as deep, I think, as if I didn't have this struggle to go through every day. I have also, as Sarah has, incorporated a lot of lifestyle changes into my life in addition to medications. At a very young age, I went from everything like having to have chemotherapy to prevent kidney failure, to taking multiple doses of prednisone that has left me with some bone issues. But you know, coming to 2015 and now, I've been living with lupus for half of my life, and I embrace it. I've gone from a place of hating it and pushing it away to just being in the moment every day with whatever comes with it, and using my internal resources, my spiritual practices, the people that love me, my team of not just medical doctors, but also integrative doctors that support me through the challenges. I want to say that there's a lot of hope for being well. If you don't feel where you are right now is a place of wellness, there's a lot of hope for you. And I think one of the most important things for all of us living with lupus is that we don't lose that piece, to have hope that we are going to be well. So, thank you for being here.